Chapter 19. Words. Jesse knelt on the ground, making dirt ramps for his cars when Dylan and Sky began to shout. He looked up and frowned. There'd been lots of shouting in the house he grew up in, but Sky didn't scream, she talked. Jesse tipped his head and tried to listen. What were they so angry about? But even though the voices got louder, he couldn't make out the words through the closed windows. A crash had him bolting upright, stomach tense. There was no hurt cry, only yelling. But when the second crash came, Jesse started toward the front door. Wade stopped him with a gentle hand on his shoulder. Jesse tried to shake him off, but Wade held firm. Jesse scowled at Wade. Sky might need him. I know, boy, said Wade. I don't like it either, but they need to have their say, uninterrupted. It's been comin' for a while now. Jesse pressed his lips together and turned back, staring at the front door of the little cabin. He willed them to stop arguing and come out. Ya know, Dylan wouldn't ever hurt Sky, right? Jesse shrugged. As far as he had seen in his short life, it was more likely than not that a man would hurt a woman. The boy's hands curled into fists if Sky cried out he would go in there no matter what Wade did. Wade crouched on the ground and peered at Jesse's face. A good man never hits his woman, and Dylan is a good man. Jesse nodded his agreement. He believed that, after everything Dylan did for him, he was more than good. Wade looked over at the cabin, which had gotten quieter now. That woman is the other side of him. He just doesn't know it yet. Jesse scoffed and rolled his eyes. He thought that was just about the stupidest thing he ever heard. What was Wade talking about? Wade barked out a laugh. Don't worry, boy, your day's comin'. Wade stood and let out a long, low whistle as Dylan left the house and headed out to the woods. Dylan didn't give either of them so much as a glance, he'd been too busy wiping away tears. Jesse tugged at Wade's hand again, but Wade still held fast. A couple more minutes. Let her have some time. When Wade let go, Jesse ran as fast as he could to the cabin, stopping inside the door. Sky used a straw broom to sweep glass from the floor. Jess's gaze rolled over her and the broken glass. You okay? He asked. Sky nodded. Yep, I'm fine, but a hug would be nice. Jesse let out a breath, stepped over the glass and put his arms around her. It was really loud. His voice broke. Sky stroked Jess's hair. I'm sorry, it must have been scary for you. I wasn't scared. I don't get scared. Jesse hesitated a moment. Well, unless I fall off a cliff. Sky dutifully acknowledged his bravery. It was just a lot of words. We weren't happy with each other. We should have handled it better, but no one got hurt. Dylan wouldn't hurt you. Jesse's tone was serious. Oh, I know, I was talking about me hurting him. Sky tickled Jesse, and they laughed. Sky changed the subject. Hey, how about a muffin? When Jesse enthusiastically nodded, she plated one each for him and herself. Around a mouthful, Jesse said, Wade said something stupid. Imagine that. What did he say? He said you're the other side of Dylan, and he doesn't know it yet. Jesse laughed, choked on his muffin and took a drink of his water. Isn't that the stupidest thing you ever heard?
Sky didn't answer. Instead, she laid her chin on her hand and stared at the door Dylan had walked out. She'd tried to stifle whatever she and Dylan felt for each other, and for a good reason. The world was in chaos, their lives were in turmoil, with all the threats surrounding them each day could be their last. But she could make those same arguments for them to allow their feelings freedom. And Sky was pretty sure where that freedom would take them. At least on her side. She'd never felt this deeply about anyone. Wade wasn't as stupid as Jesse thought. Life could be short or long, just like it always had been. Whatever it was, she wanted to spend it with Dylan. She'd put her heart on hold long enough. Now she needed to figure out how to get that stubborn man to come to his senses too.